How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here in an up and down Season 3. My name is Football Fan Forever, and the Lions are back at home after their loss last week. 5-4 is currently good enough for first place in the NFC North, but we have a lot of season left, and the Vikings, Packers, and Bears are all right on our heels in the division standings. Both wildcard teams have better records than us too, so it's division or bust at this point. And we have a tough test today in the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than I think he gets credit for. He certainly wasn't put in a good situation in New York. But he's resurrected his career here in Carolina, and he certainly has a much better supporting cast. Christian McCaffrey is arguably the best running back in the league when he's healthy, and we have the league's worst rush defense through the first half of the season here. I don't know if that will change against a player of McCaffrey's caliber, as he is sure to get his touches here today. But it's the Lions offense we'll see first, as Quinn Norton gets us underway here in Week 11. Quan Sandridge back to return from about a yard deep. He will cross the 20 and will be tackled right at the 25-yard line. So that will bring out Bob Hairston for the Lions. It's been an up and down season for him too. 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for the second-year signal caller. We're definitely seeing some growing pains from him in Season 2. Hairston will start the day in the shotgun. Deshaun Stevenson to his right. And he will head to the air, firing short. There's Hawkinson over the middle for a gain of 9. TJ Hawkinson had a big day in the loss last week. 6 catches, 114 yards, with a bunch of that damage coming in the first half. He's involved early again here as DeAndre Swift takes this one up the middle before his momentum is stopped at the 44-yard line. Nice gain of 10 there as Jamal Williams will check in. First down, 2 tight ends in the formation, and here's Deshaun Peoples on the jet sweep, but he is met in the backfield by Shaq Thompson for a loss of 2, and that will lead to a 3rd and 10. Harrison in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers against a 5-man rush. Harrison fires, and somehow that gets through to Christian Kirk. Right through the hands of the middle linebacker there. It's a first down and a gain of 26. So the drive stays alive here. 1st and 10 from the 30. It's Deshaun Stevenson getting the call, and he's got plenty of running room to pick up 16 yards and another Detroit first down. So the Lions inside the red zone here. 2nd and 10. It's another handoff to Stevenson, and he fights his way ahead, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 for the second time on this drive. Harrison in the shotgun. Blitz is coming. He floats it for Stevenson, and the Lions are on the board. Harrison is calm in the face of pressure and finds his safety valve there to give the Lions a 7-0 lead here after a 9-play, 75-yard drive to open the day. So out comes Sam Darnold and this Carolina offense. 2,400 yards, 16 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions on the season. The Panthers are also 5-4 on the year, but unlike us, they are currently sitting outside of playoff contention, as they are in 3rd place in the NFC South, behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are the division leaders, and the New Orleans Saints, who, if the season ended today, would be one of 2 wildcard teams in the NFC. This is an important game for both teams as Christian McCaffrey gets wide open. Racing up the field, he'll pick up 34 yards to the Detroit 37. A beautiful back shoulder throw from Sam Darnold flips the field here for the Panthers. Now 2nd and 3 from the 30. Darnold heads to the air again. He will find Tommy Tremble to the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 Carolina from the 20. And today's matchup features one of the lowest scoring offenses in the league with one of the worst red zone defenses in the league. Detroit was very successful at limiting points inside the red zone last year, but they haven't found the same success in Season 3. As Christian McCaffrey will make it 1st and goal Carolina from the 9 on the short touch pass there. Darnold in the shotgun. McCaffrey in to protect. It's a swing pass to Tremble, who is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by D'Angelo Carmichael. 2nd and goal from the 10. 3 wide receivers. Darnold to the air. There's more over the middle. He is tackled down to the 1. 3rd and goal, Panthers. Bunch formation to his left. Darnold in the shotgun. Detroit crowds the line. McCaffrey gets the call, and he is in for the equalizer. Touchdown, Carolina. A 10-play, 75-yard drive capped off by a 1-yard McCaffrey plunge. We're all knotted up here with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Facing a 2nd and 5 from their own 29, moving Dexter Allen in motion left. It's DeAndre Swift getting the call. He breaks a tackle up the middle and picks up 13 on his 2nd carry of the day. It's an encouraging start on the ground for the Detroit Lions, as now Bob Harrison can go off of play action. He's got time, and he finds Keegan Darby into Carolina territory for a gain of 24. Harrison likes to take shots down the field off of play action, as that play will move the Lions inside field goal range. 2nd and 6 from the 30. Harrison escapes the pocket, fires on the move for Hawkinson, who makes the catch for a touchdown. What a grab by TJ Hawkinson. And what a throw from Bob Harrison on the move, firing it to the end zone. And this is what we pay TJ Hawkinson for. Look at this body control. To climb the ladder against coverage and get both feet down in bounds for a 14-7 Detroit lead, capping off a 5-play, 76-yard drive. So back to defense we go. Darnold in the pocket, he's under pressure, fires downfield, but Moore can't haul it in, and it's 3rd and 10. And the Panthers will spread out the field here. 5 wide for Darnold. Blitz is brought. He's got just enough time to find McCaffrey into Detroit territory. 29 yards to the superstar running back. It's another nice route and another nice throw from Sam Darnold to keep the drive alive. And now they'll head to the ground, but there's not a lot of room for McCaffrey. But more importantly, Christian McCaffrey is shaken up on that play. And he will head to the sideline to be evaluated, as we've got time for one more play in the first quarter here. A gain of 9 to make it 3rd and 1 from the 34. So once again, Darnold will spread out the defense. 5 wide, and the catch is made by Tommy Tremble at the 29-yard line. Carmichael just a step too slow there. It's maybe knocked that ball incomplete. Still no update on CMC, as Darnold will head to the air again. 2nd and 7. He's running out of time, and down he goes. Dalton Logan around the edge for the sack to make it 3rd and 15. Great coverage there downfield, forcing the sack as Darnold has a ways to go. 4-man rush. Darnold wants it all and more. Is untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. Those corner routes against our safeties are just killing us, as the Panthers convert a couple of 3rd and longs on that drive to tie the game at 14 apiece. So back to the offense we go. 4 carries, already 37 yards for DeAndre Swift. He's off to a strong start in today's game, but the offense as a whole is moving the ball pretty well. Harrison 1st and 10 from his own 36 will find Dexter Allen over the middle for a 1st down. In plus territory here, Harrison goes under center, and it's a delayed give to Swift, who's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage by Shaq Thompson. Maybe he even lost a yard there, and it's 3rd and medium. Heading to the air for this one, Harrison with time takes a deep shot downfield, and that is well defended by C.J. Henderson. And out comes the punting team. Jack Fox has been very good in this series, pinning opponents inside their own 20-yard line, and this looks like another good one, and it takes a very Detroit bounce out of bounds at the 1. So suddenly the Panthers concerned with not allowing a safety here. They're in the I formation and they will give it to McCaffrey, who finds a little bit of a crease and picks up 4 much needed yards to get them out of their own end zone. So Darnold can stand in the shotgun on 3rd and 1 and not be inside his own end zone. He's got time on 3rd down and fires underneath to Robbie Anderson for the first. So out of the shot of their own goalpost here, Darnold to the air on 2nd and 6. He's well protected, checks it down for CMC, who picks up about 10 and another Carolina first down. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It's McCaffrey on the ground this time, trying the right side, but not a lot of room for him to run. He does have a touchdown on the ground today, but he's averaging just over 3 yards per carry and has done most of his damage in the passing game, as a nice blitz pickup there allows Darnold to pick up another first down, again finding Anderson on a short curl route there, and it's 1st and 10 from the 44. Now a little RPO, but this play is broken from the get-go as Philip Harden wins the race and sacks Darnold pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. So it is 2nd and 10. Darnold once again heading to the air. Pressure incoming and time runs out. This time it's Derek Barnes getting through for the sack to make it 3rd and 25. So the Panthers with another long 3rd down conversion here, and Darnold just checks it short for Tommy Tremble as the Lions defense forces a stop there right at the 2-minute warning. So now Detroit with a chance to run a 2-minute drill here to try and retake the lead. Harrison in the shotgun on 2nd and 6 from his own 30. Blitz is brought. He's got time and fires it over the head of TJ Hawkinson. May have had a chance at a play if it had been placed a little bit better, but it's 3rd and 6. Harrison to his right fires that direction, and Keegan Darby has 7 yards and the first. Nice conversion there. Harrison puts that one into a tight window. And now he heads to the air again, firing down the field for Hawkinson, who can't make the grab. Great coverage there by Kari Willis, and it's 2nd and 10. Just a 3-man rush from Carolina here. Harrison steps to his right and fires downfield, and there is Dexter Allen to the 28. Harrison 12 of 16 for a $172 and 2 touchdowns in the first half here. And on first down, they'll head to their ground game, and that caught Carolina off guard. It's a big hole for Deshaun Stevenson down to the 15. And the Lions are heading back to the line here. Hurry up offense. They have all 3 timeouts, so they're trying to take advantage of something in the Carolina defense. Harrison rolls to his right, and he will take off and run, and is hit out of bounds after a gain of 7. The clock will stop with 1 minute to go. Ball on the 8, and then comes Jamal Williams, and he will have the first down to the 4. So 1st and goal, Detroit. Clock continuing to run. We're at 34 seconds here. Ball is snapped, and that is off the hands of Christian Kirk to make it 2nd and goal. 32 seconds left. It's Jamal Williams getting the call, and he is stopped at the 2. 3rd and goal. And the Lions will let the clock run down here. Tossing it to the right for Swift, and he is taken down in the backfield. So Carolina's defense holds and forces a chip shot field goal attempt to end the first half. 21 yards right hash for Austin Seibert, and he splits the uprights to give the Lions a 17-14 lead heading into halftime. It's been a good start to the day for our offense as we're averaging 8 yards per play thus far. But it's a close game here in Detroit. As we take a look at how some of our division rivals are doing, Green Bay is down 2 scores against the 6-4 Las Vegas Raiders. Minnesota, on the other hand, are up 7-3 over Mason Potter and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a very low-scoring game right now, as neither offense has much to show for their troubles. But here in Detroit, it's feeling like this game is going to hinge on 1 or 2 big plays. Neither defense has gotten too many stops on 3rd down. Carolina is 7 of 8, and Detroit is 3 of 5. But there's some positives for the Lions to take away in the first half, and one of those is that our passing offense is moving the ball pretty well. Harrison is 12 of 17 for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day, while our rushing defense has held McCaffrey to less than 30 yards on 8 carries. So we'll see if the Lions can keep up the success in those areas here in the second half as Carolina starts with the ball. 1st and 10, play action for Darnold. He finds Tremble wide open to the left side for about 20 yards. Darnold had a very efficient first half. He's now approaching 200 yards through the air. And it's 1st and 10, Carolina at the 46. Play action again for Darnold. He sets his feet and he's intercepted. Tyreek Buchanan returning this one inside the 35 to the 33. It's the rookie's first career interception as he just jumps the crossing route here to take the ball away from the Panthers. Just the 5th interception on the season for Darnold. That gives the Lions excellent field position here inside the 32nd and 6. Harrison to the air. He checked this one short for Swift as a flag flies in. This one will be coming back. It is a hold on the Lions. It's rookie right tackle Blake Culp drawing the flag there to make it 2nd and 16 as the Lions are behind the sticks here. Harrison back to pass. He will fire across the field. There's Dexter Allen fighting through contact for a gain of 10. It's a manageable 3rd and 5. And the Lions will spread out the field here. 4-man rush. Harrison sets his feet, and there is Allen once again to the 17. We've seen Allen get involved here in today's game. It's a good sign for this offense as we move the ball well through the air as well. As DeAndre Swift has a lane hit inside the 5, and he stretches out for the touchdown. The ruling on the field is a touchdown for now. Let's take another look at this carry. A great lane opened up by the offense, and sure enough, he reaches the ball out right at the end of that run to break the plane and give the Lions a 10-point lead. So the interception turns into points there for Detroit. And the Panthers will try again here, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Time for Darnold, but everyone is covered and down he goes. Deshaun Hand and Romeo Okwara splitting the sack there to make it 2nd and 24. Darnold to the air trying to set up a screen. He just gets it away, but Will Harris will stop McCaffrey in the backfield to make it 3rd and 29. Carolina going backwards on this drive. And the Lions show double A gap pressure. They'll bring a blitz and force an incompletion. Back-to-back excellent series for this defense, and our offense once again has great field position. 1st and 10 from Carolina's 42-yard line. There's a gain of 6 from Jamal Williams, and DeAndre Swift will check back in. And the Lions appear to be leaning on their ground game a little bit here. Nice gain there from DeAndre Swift, who's over 60 yards on the day on just 9 carries. On the edge of field goal range here, 3rd and 7. Harrison is intercepted. He threw it right to Shaq Thompson for pick number 14 on the season. And that could be a momentum killer here for the Lions here in the 3rd quarter. They're up 10 with a chance to go up 3 scores, but now you're playing defense once again. But the Lions bring some more pressure, and Melifonwu gets through on the cornerback blitz. 5 sacks for the Lions here, and it's 3rd and 19. And once again, they'll head to the air, and once again, Darnold goes down. Trying to set up a screen. This time Darnold can't get it away, and Devin Woodson will get there to force the punt. So no harm, no foul. Harrison heading to the air. He's chased, and now he is sacked. Both defenses trading big plays here as the Lions face a 3rd and 11. And Harrison will swing this one out to Stevenson, who gets a block from Kirk. He'll have the 1st down and more, flipping the field from the Lions 38 to the Carolina 33. That will extend the drive and put the Lions inside field goal range here. Now facing a 2nd and 8. What a block from DeAndre Swift to buy his quarterback time to get that pass away. Dexter Allen with the catch and run as it's 1st and 10 from the 19. And they'll bring out Jamal Williams here along with Jason Kabinda. 1st down, trying the left side, and Williams is in for the touchdown. Great blocking ahead of him. He was untouched from 19 yards out. And the Lions go up 31-14 with less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. A 6-play, 60-yard drive to make it a 3-score game here in Detroit. 1st and 10 Carolina, and our defense isn't done making plays. McCaffrey dropped for a loss of 6 by Romeo Okwara and Dalton Logan, and it's 2nd and 16. And finally, Darnold gets this one away to a Panthers wide receiver. That's what feels like their first positive play since their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5, and Darnold feels the pressure and throws this one away. So aside from the Bob Harrison interception, it's been all Detroit thus far in the 2nd half, as the Panthers have gone backwards for a total of negative 11 yards on their 4 3rd quarter drives, and the Lions take over to start the 4th with the ball on their own 34 and a 17-point lead. 1st and 10, it's DeAndre Swift getting blocks downfield, racing inside the 40 down to the 30. He's knocked out of bounds, but not after he crosses the 100-yard mark on the day on just 14 carries. And Jamal Williams is also having a solid day. 5 carries, 40 yards, and a score for him as the Lions have moved the ball incredibly well against this top-ranked Carolina defense. And they're not done just yet. Harrison on the move. He finds Peoples inside the 5 for his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. 38-14 as the Lions have scored 21 unanswered second-half points. And the Panthers are struggling to move the ball here. There's another screen set up, and this one gets just 2 yards. I don't know what changed at halftime, but Detroit is suddenly shutting down this Carolina offense. Our bottom-ranked rushing defense has allowed just 27 yards on the day, as Carolina has been forced to throw it, oftentimes to Christian McCaffrey, if they want to get anything moving. That there is the best play we've seen from the Panthers in the entire 2nd half, as they'll once again set up the screen, and once again D'Angelo Carmichael is all over it. His 2nd tackle for loss, finding Chuma Hubbard in the backfield to make it 2nd and 12. Now 3rd and 3. Carolina will get back on the board. Robbie Anderson wins in press coverage and gets behind Jeff Okudah for a 45-yard touchdown pass. And the Panthers will go for 2 here. Interesting call, down 18. And Darnold will throw for it. Good coverage in the end zone, and Darnold will go down again. Dalton Logan with the sack to keep it a 3-score game here in the 4th quarter. And now the Lions can just run the clock here a bit, and they will lean on their ground game to keep the clock moving. Williams breaks a tackle and picks up 7 on his 6th carry, because we've had a lot of success both on the ground and through the air. 3rd and 3, DeAndre Swift the lone back, Harrison to throw. He will roll to his right, he is chased, fires downfield, and that is overthrown in the direction of Christian Kirk, and that will bring out Jack Fox once again. And this time he angles it towards the Detroit sideline. It'll bounce inside the 10, rolling down, and David Mason touches it at the 1. And I don't think I agree with this spot. Look at where the ball is when it is touched by Mason. But Jack Fox has put 2 punts on the 1-yard line today. And once again, the Lions will crowd the box. They know who's getting the ball. McCaffrey tries the left side, and he's wrapped up for a safety by Dalton Logan. What a second half for our defense as we get the ball back as well thanks to the courtesy punt. So a chance to run even more time off the clock. 1st and 10 from our own 37. DeAndre Swift picks up about 3. He's had an excellent day for us on the ground. Clock will continue to run. 3rd and 4. Swift will plow ahead through contact to the 49. This football game was really a tale of two halves, as his next play will take us to the 2-minute warning. Carolina doesn't use any of their timeouts. They're down 20, and the Lions are able to run out the clock here to finish off a 40-20 victory over the Carolina Panthers. A game that started off pretty even. We were just up 3 points heading into halftime, but really turned around in the third quarter and ended up with us winning by 3 scores. After last week's high-scoring loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's nice to see our defense step up and make some plays. We did give up a couple of longer touchdowns to Sam Darnold through the air here, and he completes 82% of his passes against us. But we never let the Panthers get into a rhythm in the second half, and I felt like we played the entire third and fourth quarter in their backfield. We also held Christian McCaffrey to just 24 yards on 11 carries, and the Panthers to just 27 rushing yards in the game. Some of that was because the Panthers were down and they had to throw the ball a lot more, especially in the second half, but we were making plays behind the line of scrimmage against CMC as well. By contrast, we moved the ball really well on the ground and even ended up having more rushing yards than passing yards by the end of the game. DeAndre Swift led the way with 120 yards and a touchdown on just 14 carries, but all 4 of our running backs averaged over 5 yards per carry on the day. Christian McCaffrey did do some damage against us through the air. 8 catches for 99 yards on the day for him, as he was the top receiver in both categories today. But really the only knock on our pass defense, I would say, is the fact that we gave up 3 receptions of 34 yards or more. That being said, I'm very pleased with the way our defense played here today, especially in the second half. That third quarter is like nothing I have ever seen. Our coverage tightened up downfield, and we lived in the Carolina backfield. Darren Brown gets charged with 4 sacks allowed on the day. Patrick Carmichael, the rookie, gets charged with 1. As D'Angelo Carmichael's return to the lineup is immediately felt. 11 total tackles, including 2 for a loss. It's really good to have him back on the field, and he is such an important part of our defense. Dalton Logan also had a really nice day. He had 2 tackles for a loss and a sack. It was a good game for our defensive front as a whole, as we sacked Darnold 6 different times, with 7 players receiving credit for at least half a sack. A couple of those happened on screens, but the majority of them I'd say were coverage sacks, which also reflects well on our secondary. Given how badly we were torched last week, it was nice to see the defense have a bit of a bounce-back game against the Panthers. But there's one other area I should highlight here, and that is our special teams. Specifically, Jack Fox had the best day a punter could possibly have. He put both of his punts on the 1-yard line. That helped us win the field position battle and led directly to the first safety we've managed in this series. So all in all, it's a pretty complete victory here for the Lions. Offense, defense, and special teams all coming up with big plays as part of our 40-20 victory. We outscored the Panthers 23-6 over the final 2 quarters and held them to just 65 yards of total offense in that same span. We didn't lose a turnover battle, and we finished 8 of 12 on third downs, which is an area that our offense has struggled in this season. Most importantly though, this victory moves us to 6-4 on this season. And that's important because the alternative was dropping back to 500 in a very competitive NFC North. The Vikings lost their matchup today, but the Packers were able to complete the comeback and they're just one game behind us in the NFC North. And even the bottom two teams, the Bears and the Vikings, are just 2 games out of first place. The division is pretty much up for grabs. We do control our own destiny, but there's a lot of divisional contests yet to be played that could have huge ramifications on the playoffs. I mentioned this at the top of the episode, but a divisional title is likely our only way of getting into the playoffs, given the very competitive nature of the NFC this season. And one of those division matchups that I mentioned is right around the corner. We take on the Chicago Bears next week. The Lions came out victorious 31-28 when these two teams met back in week 4. And if you remember that game, it's the one where Justin Fields shredded our pass defense. He was 34 of 39 for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. We just couldn't put the Chicago Bears away as we opened up several leads over the course of the day, and every time we did, they would come storming back. They made things interesting and got the ball back down 3 inside the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. But their comeback attempt came up a couple of yards short as they were unable to convert a 4th and 6. Our rematch with the Bears will be up next on the channel, but until then, have a good one everybody, and I'll catch you next time.